Hi guys, good evening. We are the reporter tonight, and our topic is about the pricing management. But before we proceed to our topic, let us introduce ourselves rather to you guys. Anyway, my name is Jack Reese Gramillo, and I'm the first reporter, and the second reporter, which is Mr. Berco, and then the third reporter will be Mr. Kimio, and then the last reporter will be Mr. Basco. So here right now, since our topic this tonight is about the pricing management. So what is the pricing management? So the pricing management this is a business or the strategy or business process that involves the setting, adjusting, and optimizing the price of the product or services to achieve the business objectives. And the topic that assigned to me of this topic, which is the promotional pricing. So what is the promotional pricing for you guys? And again, for me, the promotional pricing is sales strategies where a product or services price is temporarily reduced to increase the demand, attract new customers, and boost sales. So mauni ang strategies sa mga business or sa mga sellers to put or to gain or to make the profit or attract the customers para ma-attract ang mga customers. Like mauni ang example sa mga discount or buy one take one, mauni ang promotional pricing. This is strategies to boost the sales and also to reduce the inventory for the productivity or productions. And here, according to Mr. Kepler P. and Armstrong G. 2011, with promotional pricing, companies will temporarily price their product below lost price and sometimes even below cost to create a buying excitement or urgency. So again, this according to Kepler P. and Armstrong G. Ang ingon nila is the company is nag-create or temporary nila lower price sa ilang product and also to reduce the inventory from the productivity and also these strategies to create para mag-create of excitement and urgency. So what is the excitement and urgency? So I know, guys, that you already know what is the excitement and urgency. So the excitement is money or the refers spontaneous, thrilling feeling that prompts an unplanned purchase, a type of impulse buying driven by emotion like happiness, desire, or urgency rather than international thought. So, since we are already familiar with these two statements, which is excitement and urgency. The excitement is like, for example, the customer, if makita nila ang product or ang business or ang company that offer discount, they are excited to purchase their product. They are excited to purchase the product because there is a discount and there is a buy one take one. Because that offer is unlimited. It is not a permanent. It's just a temporary discount. And also the urgency. The urgency is only customers na magpalit ng product sa isang company without the plan or wala silang kaplano-plano. Because, like for example, sa mga girls, if makita nila Watson, mag-say or mag-offer buy one, take one. And as we know that the girls is really good makeup, some of the girls, not all the girls, but if makita nila ang Watson mag-offer of buy one, take one or discount, urgency, like mag-purchase din sila ang product without a plan. O yan ang urgency and excitement. And now, using the promotional pricing, there is several words of pricing. First is the seller offered discount. That's what I mentioned earlier. If the seller offered the discount, the seller. The purpose of that is, to increase the sales and also to reduce the mga stock sa isa ka company. Okay? Unang purpose para maka-gain sila new customers, para maka-make or maka-call sila new customers, and unang purpose sa seller discount or discount. And the second one is the special event pricing. So the special event pricing, this involves offering special pricing in certain season to attract more customers, such as Christmas or Mother's Day. So here right now, or as we observe, like ang Gmall karon, as we observe ang Gmall daghan ko daghang store na nag-sale karon kay like bare months, like na and sometimes makita na to or ma-observe na to ang company daghang sale, especially December or kadong Christmas, na ang special event because and also more na to gain or to make a profit. That is the purpose also. And the third one is cash rebates. Some of the company, not all company offer this cash rebates. Some of the company is they offer the cash rebate. Like for example, cash rebates is customers after they purchase the product. Like money the refund, like inana, if there is a damage sa product sa isa ka company na maka-receive of rebates or refund of customers. And then the second one is low interest financing. The companies offer low interest financing to make expensive products more accessible and attractive to broader customers base. Like for example, as what we see or as we observe yung mga appliances or mga company appliances, offer sila free maintenance, free installations, and then longer warranty. O na low interest of. And the purpose of this is to gain again the main point of this is to make a profit and also to attract new customers, and also permanently is mabawasan ang mga inventory or mga pundo ng products sa ilang company. And aside from that, since there is a advantages using for a promotional pricing, there is also an adverse effect of promotional pricing or disadvantages of using a promotional pricing. And the first is promotional pricing. Promotional pricing creates a deal-prone customers. So what is the deal-prone customer? So the deal-prone customer is muna yung mga customers is nag-base lang or nag-akundat lang sila sa offers sa company. Instead, magpalit o product sa regular or magpalit o product with regular price. Like na unang deal-prone. Nag-aulat lang ang mga customer o mga buy one day one, with discount, unang deal-prone. And then, the constantly reduced price erode brand value. And the constantly reduced prices erode brand value is only it affects the customers. Like, pananaw nila sa inyong product is cheap. If you are the businessman or if you are sellers, you always offer a discount or buy one take one. The insight of your customers, like cheap and like old stuff na and low quality na mauna ang constantly reduced prices, erode brand value. And the third one is companies may depend on promotion instead of building long-term strategies. And mauni ang mga company or seller instead mag-create of strategies or long-term strategies to gain or to make sales or to boost the sales, is nag-depend lang sila sa or nag-base or ilang strategies is mga nag-discount. Okay? Mauna, instead mag-build on long-term strategies, mag-based on sila sa discount or promotional pricing. O yung nakalisan na triggers also. And the last one is the trigger price wars. Okay? The price wars is the two sellers or the two companies with the same market or isa ka lugar lumaanoy lang lower sa ilang price sa ilang mga product para or also or because attract their or the own customers para lumaanoy sila or para ang customers palit sa ilang mga price wars. And I think that is all my report. And the second reporter will be Mr. Berry.
So, hi everyone. This is the next topic, which is my topic about geographic pricing. So, first and foremost, let me tackle to you in order for us and for all of you to understand what is geographic pricing. From the word itself, geographic. So, a geographic pricing is a pricing strategy where businesses adjust the cost of products or services. It's like the same product and services, they adjust on it depending on the customer's location. So this kind of method recognizes that not all markets have the same price in their shipping. Because it's kind of since some transportation costs, competition, and customer purchasing power may vary from one region to another because of the transportation that will gonna cost. So so in order for us to have a deeper understanding about geographic pricing, just for example, delivering a product within the same city is cheaper than shipping it across provinces or islands. So prices often reflect these differences. Because online shopping platform the best is Lazada, Shopee, apply a geographic pricing through their shipping and product costs. So, in short, in this, geographic pricing is to ensure that businesses like Lazada and Shopee remain competitive and profitable while keeping prices fair and accessible to a different kind of location and region to be specific. So, in order for us to have a deeper understanding of it, there's four that we need to know why is geographic pricing is very important in a businesses like Lazada and Shopee. So there are four types that we need to know why is geographic pricing. Because geographic pricing is important because it allows businesses to grow and expand while still keeping their customers satisfied. It ensures the prices are the prices are fair and competitive to the market and reflective of the unique condition in a different kind of location. So here's what I'm talking about, which is the four aspects or the four types that we need to know in order for us to understand why is geographic pricing is important. So the first one is cover distribution cost. So in this, it shows the description of this, insurance, transportation, and deliveries are compensated. So from that description, so when businesses sell products in a different location, they often face an equal cost, right? Because in a shipping, storage, and delivery, so that aspect, if they charge the same price everywhere, every different location, so company may lose profit, right? Because they will gonna pay the transportation, but it will gonna cost a lot. in the in the far places, like provinces, like rural area, right? Because of like additional transportation that they cost to deliver their product. So that describes the copper distribution cost. So so in our more like what I said, far away areas, because like delivery, so in short than this, like Lazada Shopee often charge a higher delivery fees for customers in far provinces like Palawan or Bukidnon, because compared to those in Metro Manila, because like kumbaga mas doon lang sila, so ang shipping cost na dili kay siya kwan kay dali na kayo i-deliver, dili na nito additional transportation to the product na ma-deliver sila. So the second one the second one is there is respond to market condition, because this one is like reflects local demand, purchasing power, and competitive pressure. So in this, not all not all areas have the same level of demand or a customer's purchasing power. So in wealthier urban areas, people may be willing to pay more for faster deliveries because they have the capacity to pay, or they have the power or money to pay another extra cost or a premium product. So while in the rural areas, affordability is more important, like it's more on practicality. So by adjusting prices based on the local condition, business can stay competitive and fair without overpricing or underserving the group. So let me give you a further example. Like Shopee sometimes offer free shipping vouchers in the provinces, right? Where fewer people shop online, encouraging more others to purchase online because it has a free shipping fee. So they don't need to pay another transportation fees. So that's what respond to market condition, because in a different places we have a different conditions, right? So that's the best example that I can give to you to respond to market condition. The third one is encourage market expansion. So in this one reflects local demand, purchasing power, and competitive pressure. So geographic pricing makes it possible for businesses to successfully enter a new regions by offering prices that make sense for those markets. So if companies charge the same price everywhere, without considering local realities, some areas might find products too expensive or inaccessible. So by tailoring prices, like this can attract more customers and grow their market reach sustainable. So the fourth one, which is the last one, maintains customer relationship. So this one is pricing adapted to local realities, promote fairness and trust. So this one is like customers value fairness, and they notice when prices are adjusted reasonably rather than used to take advantage of them. So when people see the company consider their situation, like just for example, like they charge like less in a place nga doon lang siya kumbaga sa layo nga place. So it sounds fair, right? Like, siyempre, dili naman hintay kong transportation. So only the fourth one is why we need to why the geographic pricing is very important. To understand this for key aspects that we need to know in order for us to understand why geographic pricing is important. So let's proceed to the next category or next type of like different types of geographic pricing or various strategies of geographic pricing that common company they apply this one. So we have first is the FOB or free on board pricing. So buyers pay shipping costs from the seller's location. So FOB pricing or free on board pricing. From the word itself, from the word itself, free on board. In this method, the seller sets price for the product at their location, but the buyer must pay for the shipping cost from the seller's place to their own location. So this is common in logistics, export and wholesale transaction. Just for example, if suppliers in Manila sells goods to a buyer in Cebu, the buyer must cover the delivery cost from Manila to Cebu. So like that's muna siya pagsabot sa free on board. Ikaw mismo ang bayad sa inyong order. So like kung saan price dito yung sa nakita mo, siya, but the difference it is like ikaw ang bayad para ma-ship or ma-deliver na siya sa inyong. And the next one is the next strategy is uniform delivery pricing. So uniform delivery pricing, a single price is charged regardless of a customer's location. So in this one, everyone pays the same price regardless of their location. So companies average out delivery cost, apply one uniform price across all regions. So this strategy is attractive to customers because it looks simple and fair. But there are disadvantages in this. Like it usually means nearby customer subsidies those further. Kung makaingon kung mas layo or mag-cost of delivery fees because the provinces kay unfair sila. Mas mulayo ang ilahang or hindi sila mas encourage na mag-panog online kay unfair man. Kumbaga, I mean that the provinces like the same thing at doon sa kanang orderan so sila bayaran sa katong land global so for unfair which is ganit. So kaya siya is nasa yung disadvantage nga wala rin. So which is the second to the last one, the zone pricing. So in this method, the sellers divide the market into zones or regions, and all customers in the same zone pay the same price. Prices differ between zones depending on distance or distribution cost. So this balances fairness and cost recovery. That's the zone pricing. So the last one on the geographic pricing strategy is the adapting geographic pricing as both So the last one is the base point pricing. In this approach, basing point pricing is all shipping costs are calculated as if they originated from one chosen base point. Even if the goods come from somewhere else, this simplifies pricing for the sellers, but may not reflect the actual distance. So that's what I can give to you about geographic pricing. That's what I can explain to you. So, and this is our advantage of applying geographic pricing in your company. So, like ensures competitive across regions, help maximize profits while recovering costs, encourage market expansion, and adapting to local needs and their different conditions in any specific area of where they are.
So, good evening everyone. So, continuation of the report of the Way 8. So, my topic is all about dynamic pricing. So, dynamic pricing is flexible pricing strategy that adjusts the price of the product of a service in a real time based on various factors including market demand and supply, competitors' price, time, and customer behavior. It's different from fixed pricing as a price are not static but can fluctuate frequently. often multiple times a day to meet current market conditions and optimize revenue. So dynamic pricing means the price of the product or service shifts over time based on different factors. Like in demand, dynamic pricing can affect the demand. So in demand is higher demand is higher the price. So na-affect ang demand, if higher ang demand is higher per price. So by versa lang siya. Kung low ang demand is low po the price. And time of the day or season. So time of day season, ma-apply po ng dynamic pricing because in right time is naka-base ta kung saan na siya na season. Like if na summer, so the summer is unsa man yung mga halinon na mga product na tuwang like mga juice, like and then mga soft drinks. So in dynamic pricing ma-adapt na sa time like in the peak season, di ba nag-ausap man yung dato ang mga price in the fixed price, like sa tuwa kung sa in the Christmas weekend lang like pang December. So in December is na siya pang fixed price or kanang buo na price is maulog sa dynamic, like mag-less sila or like mag-sale or buy one get one sila. So dynamic pricing study of Cutler and Armstrong 2011 explained that this historical price were negotiated between buyers and sellers. Fixed pricing, where one price is set for all customers, emerged with the growth of the large scale. Retailing in the late 19th century and is now the standard. However, some companies are moving away from fixed price and adopting dynamic pricing, where prices are adjusted continuously based on individual customer needs and market conditions. So, and this statement that Cutler, like every company is gina-adapt nila dynamic pricing because dynamic pricing is dako mo yung siya advantage sa mga companies because in every time, every peak season or every demand na muhay is nag-ausab yung price from the original price. Like, if you are for example, coffee shop, like, naman yung every time na ang coffee shop is medyo hinay. So, ang dynamic pricing is ma-adapt mo sa kana na business, like, pababaan yung mga price or mag-add ka o mga another to para mausap yung mga presyo for quality. So in a platform AB or price line, in AB and price line, there is I'm only sa mga website na ginagamit sa mga gamit sa QR kanang live. So ka mag-tour sa live bansa. So this website is kanang na-slide data na every time na mag-access ka sila is original pricing is original pricing is naga-usab siya or nagataas or nagamay based sa iyang information na nakuha. So, personalized pricing. Companies use data like browsing historical, location, and purchase behavior. Offer deals that are more relevant to individual consumer. For example, if a customer frequently shop or a certain type of product, they might get a target discount on similar items. So, sa personal pricing, if you are a owner of the business, so from original price of the product is like gina-offer na product, then ang buyer is gusto niya, then nag-suggest ka na na offer. So ito pa lang is nakuha na yung mga dynamic pricing. Original is nahimo siya medyo nag-offer ka ng another na makaless ang customer. So ito is nausabi mo ang pang original price for dynamic. So dynamic offer, some retailers may offer discount or promoting based on how frequently a customer shop or how long they've been a loyal customer. This customer, of course, Humanization help companies increase engagement and loyalty by making offer feel more personal and relevant. So, sa dynamic pricing is ma-adapt ni for example, ma-adapt nato ni is para maengganyo ato mga consumer na mupalit na sa tuwa na product. It means na kanang kita sa nagbigya ka original price ni for example sa cellphone ang original price niya is 16, so as the dynamic offer nag-offer ka og lahit na cellphone like na mas mababa sa original price pero same lang gyapon siya og function. So why is dynamic pricing important? So it's important. Dynamic pricing important. Help business make more money in dynamic pricing. Next, company raise price when demand is high and offer discount when demand is low, helping the earn more overall. Keep price competitive like most of the dynamics, important po ni kung nakay mga competitive na mga business, like kung nag-base ka sa mga information, is pwede pa nimo mausapin mo ang mga original price from the dynamic pricing. So, maulan po ang nasa topic. So,
good evening everyone. This is the last topic of week 8, international pricing. International pricing refer the strategies and consideration business use when setting the price of their product or services in a different countries or a global market. So, international pricing is different pricing kay nagkalahi-lahi ang mga price sa mga product sa lahi-lahi po nga mga countries. So, uniform price, uniform versus adjusted pricing. First is uniform pricing means charging the same price everywhere. For example, being sells it airplane at about the same price no matter what the country. Or adjusted pricing means changing the price depending on the local market. This is what more companies do because living costs, income levels, and competition are different in every country. For example, here in Philippines, ang ginapanla sa companies, ginatanaw nila ginatanaw sa mga companies ang mga salaries kani minimum wage sa every person nga nagatrabaho. So ilang gikuan lang kanang ilang prices ilang gi-set lang nga gi-set lang nila nga price for kanang kaya lang i-afford sa mga tao. Kanang dili sila taas, dili uubos po sa malugi na sila. Kanang sakto lang sa maka-profit sila ang kanang mga companies. So sa lain countries po higher ang ilang price because the higher po ang ilang cost of living sa other different countries. Next is what effect on international pricing? Sa economies, first, economic condition. How much people can afford? So, dira makita kung pila lang katao ang kaya maka-afford na ng product. So, market research ng mga companies kung daghan pa sila og target customers sa mga product. Kay kung dili na nila buhaton, na possible nga mas malugi sila tungod sa ilang higher price niya, wala sila nagtanaw sa ilang target consumer. The next is competition. What other companies are changing? Every companies nag-change sila og price sa ilang mga product. So, dira na ang matawag og price war. Sa price war mangod kay, for example, diri nga companies mahal dito barato. So ang kani nga company tong i-price war dito, yang levelan tong company. So wala siya gikuan sa competition. Laws and regulation. So tanang companies mo magbayad sa tax, then rules about imports. Dira sa taxes, dira magpintahon sa mga companies sa especially sa mga import product. Dira sila mag-compute for the final price of that product ganit kay ipawion nila ang ilahang tawagan na ilahang puhunan dito ang ditong shipment bawion nila sa final prices ane. Then the distribution system cost of getting the product to store. And for example of this distribution system kay imo pang ikuha dito sa China imong product sa inana nga kantidad barato pa lang, then kailangan mo bayaran ng taxes. So apil ang taxes dito ginakwenta nila para sa final pricing na. Then consumer preference, what people like and are willing to pay. Kanang unsa lay prefer sa mga tao, unsa lay kaya nilang bayaran. For example, here in the Philippines nga grabe ka mahal, tapos gamay lang kaya tong wages diri salary wages. Kanang kailangan din sa mga company nga mag-market research sila para dili mo burden ng ilang company. Then company goals, whether they want fast growth, high profit, or premium image. Whether they want fast growth, kasi kung saan nila gusto kay nila mo dali sila angat pero dili man kaya nila kay tungod sa kanang kawad-on diri sa kanang kulang-kulang ganito sa tawagan na sa salaries gani kanang gamay kayo ang income tapos mahal kayo palitunod. So ang mga tao mukuan jud, so dili nila kaya i-afford na din. Maapektuhan po ng mga companies sa kanang mga higher prices. Next is strategies company use. Ay lang ginagamit is penetration pricing, setting a low price to enter the market, attract many buyers. Kailangan din ka mag-set ka o kanang lower price lang para, for example, diri sa Turil, magbaligya kag isa ka product na barato lang ya patok gani sa mga tao. So ang kanang business is dali na siya mo boom kay ang tanang tao kay bidraman mo doon nasaya ang one sa mga tao nga sa low cost lang na pricing nila ma-attract na yun ang mga tao kay tungod more may kaya. Then market scheming pricing, setting a higher price to target fewer but whether wealthier customer. Then kani sa ang gina-target lang ani pure but wealthier. That is key takeaways. To succeed in international pricing, companies must understand local customers and their spending power. Next, be flexible in choosing the right strategy for each market. Last one, control extra costs to avoid very high prices. That's the end of our topic.